Chapter 3. The Jungle's Hidden Heart. The sun hung low in the sky, casting fiery streaks through the dense jungle canopy. The golden orb Anna carried glowed faintly, lighting their path forward as the group pressed deeper into the wilderness. The compass needle spun briefly before pointing again toward an unseen destination, its energy syncing with the orb. "This place feels different," Monika said, brushing aside a curtain of vines. "It's like the jungle itself is guiding us, but also testing us." Jack nodded, his sharp gaze scanning their surroundings. The jungle is alive. It protects its secrets fiercely. We need to tread carefully. Martin chuckled, though his eyes darted nervously to the trees. "Alive or not, I'm just hoping it doesn't have spiders the size of my head." "Focus, Martin," Anna said with a smirk. "The compass hasn't let us down so far. Let's stay sharp." As they moved further, the air grew thicker, almost oppressive, and a strange sound began to echo around them. It wasn't the rustle of leaves or the distant calls of animals. It was a low, resonant hum, as if the jungle was singing a song only it could hear. "Do you hear that?" Tom whispered, his hand tightening on the strap of his backpack. "It's the jungle's pulse," Jack replied quietly. "We're close to something powerful." Ahead, the trees parted to reveal a wide, shimmering river. Its surface glistened like liquid silver, reflecting the sunlight in dazzling patterns. A narrow, rope-and-wood bridge stretched across the river, swaying slightly in the breeze. "We have to cross," Monika said, eyeing the bridge with a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Of course we do," Martin muttered, "because this whole thing hasn't been terrifying enough." The test of courage. One by one, the group stepped onto the bridge. The wooden planks creaked under their weight, and the ropes groaned as the wind tugged at them. Below, the river churned, its current swift and menacing. Halfway across, the orb in Anna's hand began to glow brighter, and the jungle's hum grew louder. Suddenly, the air around them shimmered, and the river beneath the bridge transformed. No longer silver, it now reflected eerie, shifting images, each one a scene from their deepest fears. Anna froze as the reflection below her showed her standing alone on the island. Her friends vanished into thin air. Monika gasped as she saw her childhood home in ruins, swallowed by flames. Jack's knuckles whitened as his reflection revealed himself surrounded by dying animals, unable to help them. "It's not real," Tom called out, his voice steady despite the terror flickering in his own eyes. "The jungle is testing us. We have to keep moving." The images grew more intense, accompanied by whispers that clawed at their confidence. The bridge swayed violently, as if the jungle itself wanted them to fall. "Eyes forward," Anna shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. "Don't let it break you." Summoning their courage, the group pushed forward, their resolve stronger than the illusions. When they reached the other side, the whisper stopped, and the jungle grew silent again. "Now that," Martin said, collapsing onto the ground, "was officially the worst bridge I've ever crossed. The Temple of the Sun." Beyond the river, the jungle gave way to a massive clearing. At its center stood the Temple of the Sun, an awe-inspiring structure carved from golden stone. It rose high into the sky, its intricate carvings shimmering in the fading sunlight. "We made it," Monika breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. The group approached cautiously, their steps slow and deliberate. The compass in Anna's hand vibrated faintly, the needle pointing directly at the temple's entrance, a towering archway flanked by statues of fierce sun guardians. "It's beautiful," Jack said, his voice filled with reverence. "But we're not done yet. The hardest part is still ahead." Inside the archway, a spiral staircase descended into the earth. The air grew colder as they ventured down, their flashlights illuminating the smooth, golden walls around them. At the bottom, they entered a vast chamber bathed in warm, golden light. At the center of the chamber was an elaborate pedestal, and atop it rested a crystal prism that refracted beams of sunlight into dazzling rainbows. Symbols and runes danced across the walls, their meanings just out of reach. The final puzzle. "This must be it," Tom said, stepping forward. "The heart of the temple." Monika examined the pedestal closely. "It's another puzzle," she said, pointing to the runes. "These symbols, they're similar to the ones on the orb. I think we have to align them." "But how?" Martin asked, scratching his head. Anna held up the orb, and its glow intensified, casting a beam of light onto the prism. The runes on the walls began to shift and rearrange themselves, creating patterns that pulsed rhythmically. "It's like a lock," Monika said. "The orb is the key, but we need to position it correctly." Working together, the group adjusted the orb's angle and aligned the runes. As they did, the chamber trembled, and a low rumble echoed through the air. The prism's light intensified, flooding the room with warmth and illuminating a hidden passage behind the pedestal. "We did it!" Monika exclaimed. "Not so fast," Jack said, his eyes narrowing. "This place isn't done testing us yet." The group steeled themselves, stepping into the hidden passage. They knew they were closer than ever to uncovering the temple's greatest secret, but also to facing its greatest challenge. Their journey had only just begun.